Alright YouTube, this is my 89 F-150 manual transmission. Has the 4.9, and after extensive troubleshooting, an idling problem and it cutting off and on, I could never get it right, you know, and the main problems are usually the idle air control valve. I replaced that. As you can see, it's new. They're storing a code for the throttle position sensor. I replaced that. I was getting a code for the EVP. I replaced that. I replaced all that stuff to no success. And the manual, everywhere I've read, the voltage that comes to the throttle position sensor on this lead here is supposed to be 5 volts. This green with the light green stripe varies. It's supposed to be under 1 volt to about 4.5 to about 4.8 volts wide open throttle, under less than 1 volt at idle. This black is just a ground. I know it's loose here, I haven't tightened it back up, but this green wire, I probed it with a engine idling and it was about 1.8, which is far over the limit, which is 1 volt. So I replaced it with another one, still kept gaining. I got about 1.7. Took it back thinking I had a faulty one. Same issue when I put it back on. It varied to about 1.7, 1.8. Could never get under 1 volt. So I took a good one off of an Explorer I have and measured it before I put it on here, and it was about 0.93, which is good. It's within tolerance. And once I put it on here, it read 1.8 volts. So I needed something else in my problem. So what I did, I replaced all this stuff. Check the continuity between the throttle position sensor down to the computer. It was good. So what I ended up doing, I ended up pulling the computer, and to really no surprise, I mean, I replaced everything and nothing would fix it. To no surprise, I came across just a visual inspection, a capacitor that's burnt out, and you can actually see what it is. There's like, I guess, the part number. It's a Nichicon 47 microfarads, 16 volts. It actually mounts up right there. You can see the 2 little leads, 1, 2. Actually just mounts right there. And that part was burnt out on the motherboard. So I actually tested the capacitor, and you test that by probing the 2 leads with a multimeter, putting on the ohm settings, and if it starts off low and continuously gets greater in ohmage, then your capacitor is good. And this one was doing this job supposedly, but it was burnt out, so apparently not. Apparently it's a common issue with these Fords. Another capacitor you want to check. This one I didn't pull off, but you might be able to see the lead there has a little bit of a burnt spot on it. I tried that one and it was within range, it was within tolerance, but that burnt part is still kind of suspicious to me. And finally, there's another one on this one. This one actually looks the most normal out of all of them, and you can actually check this one. It's a 63 volt and 10 microfarad, which is different than the one that was there and this one here. So I actually tested this one and it was dead. It was at about 100 ohms and it just stayed at 100 ohms. And a good one does not do that. A good one starts at a low resistance and it works its way up until infinity. So I knew this one was bad even though it looked good. So I guess the biggest thing here is these things go bad all the time. They're easily fixable. You can get all three components, and it's kind of hard to get them just single components. But I have in my shopping cart on eBay is less than 10 bucks, and I get about 20 of each. So if you ever have any Fords that come across this problem, you can always check that. It's a common issue. But like I said, if you come across an idling problem that you just can't fix and nothing's working, even though you swapped it and replaced it, then I would check the ECM or computer or CPU, whatever you want to call it. But I hope this kind of helps to at least point you in the right direction. It's maybe something you haven't checked, but those are things that you check. I went ahead and just ordered a new computer or manufactured computer, and you know, instead of having to solder it. But if you do, you can. I was just lazy and didn't want to do it. But I'll probably repair this one in the future. But thanks for watching.